Hey kids, Flexing Teacher Weber here. I hope you're having a good day. So in my previous video on multiplying mixed numbers, we looked at multiplying mixed numbers with the area model, which has a lot of great mathematics, but it's not efficient. So what I want to do in this video is show a way to efficiently get a product when you're multiplying two mixed numbers. So we'll take a look at an example here. This says, solve the following by changing to an improper fraction. So one way we can get an answer when we multiply mixed numbers is by changing them to an improper fraction. So the question we're going to do here is 2 2/5 times 1 3/4. And we're going to do both an estimate and a calculation. So I'm going to divide my page up into estimate and calculate. And for my estimate, I'm going to round these off to the nearest whole number. So 2 2/5, 2/5 is less than a half, so I'm going to round that 2 2/5 to 2. 1 3/4, 3/4 is closer to a whole, so I'm going to round 1 3/4 off to 2. So a good estimate here is 2 times 2 is 4. To do the calculation, I'm going to do denominator times whole number plus numerator to make this into an improper fraction. So 5 times 2 is 10 plus 2 is 12 over 5. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 3 is 7 over 4. Once I have it like this, I'm just going to treat it like a regular multiplication of fractions question. I'm going to see if I can simplify the diagonals. Well, I can simplify the 12 and the 4 by dividing them both by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 12 divided by 4 is 3. The 7 and the 5 are already simplified. So I go and I multiply this out. 7 times 3, 5 times 1. I get 21 over 5. This is a division question, right? How many times will 5 fit in 21? Well, I'm glad that I estimated because that gives me a clue. 5 will fit inside 21 4 times. There's 1 left over out of 5. And that efficiently gets me the answer, and my estimate helped me do that. Let's look at another example. So we have 4 1/2 times 1/3. I'm going to divide my page into estimate and calculate. Okay, now 4 1/2 is right in between 4 and 5. 1/3 is closer to 0, but if I multiply by 0, I'll get an answer of 0. So I'm going to do something different here. I'm going to say, you know what? 1/3, that's pretty close to a half. And if I'm taking a half of something, that's like chopping it in half. So I'm going to round this to 4. And I'm going to take a half times 4, or a half of 4. And a half of 4 is 2. So I'll say my answer will be somewhere around 2. Now the calculation. I have to change this into an improper fraction. So 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So that's going to be 9 over 2. 1/3 is a proper fraction, so I don't need to do anything with that. 9 over 2 times 1/3. I can simplify the 9 and the 3 by dividing by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. The 2 and the 1 are already simplified. So what I get is 3 times 1 and 2 times 1, which is 3 over 2. And that works out to 1 1/2. Let's look at one more example. 5 times 2 1/5. And we're going to estimate this and calculate it. Well, for my estimate, I can just leave 5 as 5. And 2 1/5 is closer to 2. So for my estimate, I'm going to say 5 times 2, and that's equal to 10. To calculate this, I need to make improper fractions. Well, 5, we know, can be written as 5 over 1. And 2 1/5, I will do 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11 over 5. Look for those diagonal numbers to simplify. Right there, 5 and 5 will both divide by 5 to give an answer of 1. And 11 and 1 are already simplified, so all I have left are 1 times 11 and 1 times 1. That's equal to 11 over 1, or even better, just 11. That's how you multiply mixed numbers using improper fractions. I hope that helps. That's all for now. Flexing Teacher Weber, out.